Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about something that I thought was pretty cool. It's a GameSir G8 that was modded to fit a tablet. It was spotted over on Reddit Emulation on Android, and this person says it best. PS Portal done right. And I would tend to agree with that. If we take a closer look at this, it's pretty obvious a ton of planning and effort went into this to make it all come together and make it all work. And I think the end result here is better than a PlayStation Portal. Next up here, we're quickly talking about the brand new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, and ETA Prime has just posted a video testing out this processor with a whole bunch of different emulators. As with everything I talk about, I'll drop a link in the description below and feel free to check it out. I was very curious about GameCube, PS2, and Switch emulation. GameCube and PS2 emulation seemed to be pretty good. I mean, for PS2, ETA had the graphics cranked to 4 times resolution and had no issues running Gran Turismo 4 or even God of War 2. However, for Nintendo Switch emulation on Yuzu, there were some apparent issues. In my opinion here, after watching the video, I wouldn't necessarily say the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is a must upgrade from something like a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. And if you're planning on upgrading, but you're on the fence and you might not need to just yet, maybe hold off for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, which is expected to have a whole bunch of changes. Now, I'm not saying to not upgrade to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I'm saying here, if you're upgrading purely from a performance standpoint and specifically factoring Nintendo Switch emulation, you may want to hold off. The emulator still has a ways to go. And speaking about videos to check out, next up we're talking about one from the Video Game History Foundation. It's called Sonic 2 Lost Stages Revealed, and yes, I recommend checking it out. At a high level here, this video shows off brand new material that has never been seen before outside of the development studios. There's a lot of stuff that was cut from Sonic 2, and it's pretty cool to see. And speaking about stuff that's pretty cool to see, and also speaking about Sonic, next up here we're talking about Netflix games. And Netflix has just unveiled a whole bunch of games that are going to be hitting mobile. So in addition to some of the previous games they've announced, like Hades on iOS, Braid, Katana Zero, and more, they've just announced Cozy Grove Camp Spirit, Fashionverse, Game Dev Tycoon, and Sonic Mania Plus, all coming 2024. Unfortunately, I don't have a clear word as to whether or not this is both Android and iOS, or just Android. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And speaking about waiting and seeing, next up here we're talking about year-end stuff for PlayStation and Xbox. And the 2023 PlayStation wrap-up has launched today, so you can see your year in review on PlayStation. And if you're on Xbox, the 2023 year in review is now available, so go on ahead and check them out. And let me know in the comments below what your most played game was. I'm actually curious. Next up, we're talking about Epic, and whether or not you support Epic doesn't really matter. You can sign up for an account for free and amass a pretty good collection of games for free. They give out games quite often, and this year is no different. In fact, they're just giving away Destiny 2 Legacy Collection for free. And on top of that, between now and January 10th, including Destiny 2, it's expected they're going to be giving away 17 free games, which isn't too bad. And speaking about not too bad, next up we're talking about LEGO 2K Drive, which is currently on sale for about 50% off. And it appears that LEGO 2K Drive has just removed Denuvo. Interestingly enough, the Steam store page still says it's got Denuvo, so I'm assuming that's going to be removed pretty soon. And if you're wondering about the source for this one, it comes from Reddit Crackwatch. And speaking about Reddit, and also Steam, next up we're talking about the Steam Deck. And I didn't realize that sniffing the Steam Deck vent was actually a thing. But it's 2023 and, well, here we are. Someone actually asked Valve if sniffing the Steam Deck vent was okay, and Valve actually responded. So the actual question asks if it's safe to inhale the exhaust fumes from the top vent of the Steam Deck. It's somewhat of a meme to enjoy the fumes, but I think I kinda like it. And Steam support says, as with all electronics, it is generally not recommended you inhale the exhaust fumes on your device. While there are no safety concerns with general usage, directly inhaling the device's vent fumes should be avoided. We understand that it may be a meme, but please refrain from this behavior for the safety of your health. I'm glad that mystery was solved. Next up, we're quickly talking about the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And this game has been polarizing to say the least. Some people like it and some people hate it. I, for one, like the art style, the graphics, and the 2D gameplay, but let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Anyways, here's some gameplay of this was just dropped. It's releasing for all platforms, and I guess check out the video. And speaking about trailers, check this one out for the game called Mouse. This one to me looks absolutely insane, a lot of fun and crazy. This game is releasing in 2025. I'll drop a link to the trailer in the description below and let me know your thoughts about it. And still talking about trailers, next up here we're talking about Link's Awakening DX HD. I'll drop a link to this trailer in the description below as well, and I do recommend checking it out. It's an unofficial HD port to PC of Link's Awakening, and check out that screen size. To be honest with you, I've got no idea how long this one's going to be around for, but it's currently available on itch.io, and in addition to widescreen here, they've also got high frame rate support. Next up here, the rumors are starting to swirl around Xbox Cloud Gaming. I'll drop a link to this article in the description below. Apparently, a Microsoft exec said they may be entertaining the idea of ad-supported cloud gaming. Watch an ad for 30 seconds and possibly get 2 hours of free gaming. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Could this be good for cloud gaming? Could this present a whole bunch more problems? While none of this has come to fruition just yet, I'm very curious to see where it goes or where it might go. And last up here, we're talking about Nintendo Switch emulation with Yuzu, and Yuzu just got a couple of brand new updates. So as of the free mainline version 1649, Portal 2 is now booting. And as of the paid testing early access version of Yuzu 4018, they have fixed increasing slowdown, input lag, and crashing in long gameplay sessions, especially when a synchronous presentation option is enabled. So for those of you who like to play Yuzu for hours on end, just wait for these early access changes to hit the mainline build. It probably won't take long. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.